Hey everyone, this is Paul with Surf City Tours, and today I'm going to cover 5 of my favorite movies that were filmed using Los Angeles as a prominent backdrop. First on my list is going to be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino film. Leonardo DiCaprio plays a struggling veteran actor who's having trouble finding success after his hit Western TV series, and Brad Pitt plays his faithful stunt double and took home the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. The film is set to take place during the summer of 1969 and explores what might have happened if these two fictional characters lived next door to Sharon Tate. Hollywood Boulevard and its surrounding areas were literally recreated to make a real-to-life Hollywood backdrop that the Hollywood historians are still going completely nuts over. Prominent theaters like the Pantages, the ArcLight, and the Village Theater were all adjusted to look exactly as they did during the Summer of Love. And Musso and Frank's Grill on Hollywood Boulevard even brought out plates and silverware from storage for the opening scene of the film where Leonardo sits down with his agent, played by Al Pacino. They had to shut down Hollywood Boulevard one sidewalk at a time to shoot all of the scenes, and a ridiculous amount of work was done involving huge crews of people to transform everything on the street and in the shots to exactly as it was back then without CGI. Next up is Training Day. Training Day is a fast-paced crime thriller released in 2001 starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke plays Officer Jay Coit on his first day up for evaluation to enter an elite narcotics unit headed by Denzel Washington, Detective Alonzo Harris. It's apparent pretty early that Denzel's character is probably going to be at least a little bit crooked after he goes ahead and forces our young rookie to smoke some PCP inside his cruiser at gunpoint and proceeds to laugh at him. That's pretty mean. Snoop Dogg makes an appearance in this one as well. He plays a handicapped drug dealer who actually gets tackled and choked by, you guessed it, Denzel Washington. All in all, it's a fun movie, and virtually all of the scenes are shot at locations and landmarks throughout Los Angeles, so it's perfect for this list. Moving on. Swingers is another LA classic starring Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn. Favreau plays a struggling comedian who moves to Los Angeles to pursue his career amid a breakup that he's having a hard time getting over. Vince Vaughn and friends do their best to try and reawaken the inner swinger in Favreau. In the movie, they spend a lot of time in a diner, which is actually the 101 coffee shop that sits just above Hollywood Boulevard on Franklin Avenue, and has for some time, since the 30s actually. I used to live right up the street from this place. It's got pretty good lunch. If you're a fan of the movie, this is a great place to go visit. It's been redecorated, but still very recognizable from the film, and names like Brad Pitt and Kevin Spacey have been caught dining here, so you might want to keep an eye peeled if you go. Next up is LA Confidential. This one makes its way onto the list for obvious reasons. It's starring a young Russell Crowe, Kevin Spacey, Guy Pearce, Danny DeVito, and, not to mention, Kim Basinger, who took home the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. The plot takes a few bends, but basically 3 detectives with different motives become entangled in a mysterious murder case that occurred at the Night Owl Diner. Danny DeVito plays a sleazy tabloid publisher who seems to be getting his information from the inside. It's all very mysterious and Hollywood and noir, maybe a bit like the classic Chinatown. Actually, it's technically a neo-noir film, which basically just means the revival of noir mystery films, so there you have it. I said noir a bunch of times, hopefully I'm saying it right. Last on my list is going to be Collateral, starring Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise. Jamie Foxx plays a quirky and introverted cab driver in Los Angeles with dreams of opening his own limousine company, and Tom Cruise plays the Uber assassin, no pun intended with the taxi thing, that winds up forcing Jamie Foxx to be his committed driver for the night for a series of assassinations. As the night goes on, Jamie Foxx steps into his own and becomes more assertive, ultimately changing his life for the better, presumably. Basically the same way it always goes when you're kidnapped by a hitman. The opening of the movie takes place at LAX Airport, and there's a ton of great shots of these aerial views of downtown Los Angeles and various areas around LA throughout the film. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 5 movies. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the subscribe button below, and we'll see you next time.